Karan was a 30-year-old man from the fast-paced city, surrounded by skyscrapers, busy streets, glowing screens, and never-ending deadlines. He had money, but no peace. Friends, but no real connection. Sleep, but no rest. One day, after another panic attack in the elevator of his high-rise office, he made a decision: to disappear. Not to die, but to vanish from the noise. He booked a one-way ticket to a remote region in the Mystic Heights and wandered aimlessly until his phone finally lost signal. No calls, no emails, no expectations. After 2 days of trekking, he stumbled upon a small village hidden in the mist. It had no internet, no cars, just cows, mud paths, green fields, and people who looked poor but strangely happy. An old man guided him to a tiny hut near the edge of a river, saying only, "The monk lives here." The next morning, Karan woke to the scent of burning sandalwood and the sound of a stream. The monk, in his late 60s, was sitting on a rock nearby, sipping warm water with herbs. His face looked aged, but his eyes held something eternal. Without introduction, the monk asked, "Are you running to something, or from everything?" Karan, startled, replied honestly, "I don't know. I just wanted peace." The monk smiled gently. "Then you've come to the right place, but peace is not found in a place, it is remembered in stillness." Over the next few days, Karan observed the village life. Children playing barefoot, women singing while working in fields, men helping each other build homes, elders telling stories by the fire. They owned little, but gave plenty. They ate slow, walked slower, and laughed from their belly. One evening, as the monk and Karan sat watching the sunset over the rice fields, Karan finally asked, "Why does this feel more real than anything I've lived so far?" The monk looked at him, then pointed to the villagers and said, "Because this is human life in its truest form. We were never meant to live in boxes, eat in haste, compete every second, and scroll through life. Look around. This is how we were made to live, close to the soil, to each other, and to our breath. The city gives you ambition, but the village gives you meaning. Technology gives you speed, but nature gives you balance. You're not here on earth to earn titles or chase noise. You're here to grow, to love, to serve, and to live simply." Days turned to weeks. Karan stayed in the village, helping in farms, cooking with locals, meditating at dawn. For the first time in years, he felt joy without a reason. Slowly, without even realizing, the noise within him began to fade. He started smiling with his eyes, sleeping without nightmares, and waking up with purpose. It wasn't one moment, but a series of small, quiet ones that opened his eyes. One morning, he walked back to the monk under the same banyan tree, folded his hands, and with tears in his eyes said, "Thank you for not just showing me this village, but for showing me life. I had everything except the truth. Now I have nothing, but I feel full." The monk simply smiled and nodded. "You didn't find the truth, Karan. You just remembered it." Karan returned to the city weeks later, but he was no longer the same man. He didn't go back to chasing promotions or applause. Instead, he woke up early, planted herbs on his balcony, cooked his own meals, spent time with his family, and helped young people unplug from chaos. His heart no longer raced. His mind no longer screamed. In the middle of the same noisy city, Karan had built a quiet world. And in that world he lived, not for status, but with soul.